What's up, you guys? Steven back again with Magic Metal Money. War of the Spark. Can you believe it? War of the Spark is already at like $120, $130. Absolutely insane. I'm talking about sold listings. We've seen them. One spiked for like $135, but we've seen several sold listings on eBay for a box of War of the Spark for $120. That's a big milestone. That's the point where, hey, if you bought your box for like $85 and you sell it, and even if you're taking those eBay fees and $10 shipping and all that, you're still netting like 20% in a year. I mean, that's insane, right? And those first year returns are always the lowest. So if this is an indicator of anything long term, War of the Spark looks awesome. Looks like it's going to have awesome returns. Obviously, super fun set. I mean, who isn't going to want to draft this thing 10 years from now, 5 years from now? I mean, flashback to say, hey, I used to play Magic, War of the Spark, let's draft it. I mean, you get planeswalkers all the time. The uncommon planeswalkers, rare planeswalkers, just a whole new ball game. Super, super fun. Everyone loved this set. I mean, I don't know anyone who didn't enjoy drafting this set, playing some sealed. You can do all that with these sealed boxes. But as time goes on, it gets more and more expensive to do. The fact that we're already at $120 is just crazy. I mean, even if you go on TCG, there's only like 6 boxes available from 4 or 5 different sellers at $120, and then you start hitting $125, $130, it starts going up. So, it really only takes a few people to see this and say, hey, maybe I do want to make a position and move it, and it might start creeping up a little bit. Now, you don't need to go panic and say, oh my gosh, it's going to be at $150 by tomorrow, so I better go get it today. No, but 5, 10 people go and buy a box, and now it's at $125, right? Nothing too crazy, $5, but $5 over the course of a week, it's pretty dramatic if that were to happen. Now, we'll see where it goes, but the fact that it's already at $120, big indicator of positive things to come. I mean, it's an awesome set. You've got to remember, the hype for this set was unreal. Like, I remember just sitting and waiting to find out what was going to go on, what was going to happen. Like how were they going to do planeswalkers? They said there were going to be a ton, and uncommon, didn't think about it. Static abilities on planeswalkers, we've never seen that before. It was just a whole new ball game, totally changed the name. I mean, you can see design changed fundamentally, because things now that used to not be able to affect planeswalkers, now it's like, destroy target creature or planeswalker, 3 damage target creature or planeswalker, right? Even some things that can only target the player or planeswalker. They're changing the way that planeswalkers are interacted with, so you don't have to just have a Dreadbore or a Hero's Downfall, or a counterspell. The fact that it's easier to interact with and not just instantly lose to a resolved planeswalker, and so they became much more common. Anyway, War of the Spark was a really monumental set. If you haven't been playing the game for too long, you might not have noticed, but, Theros, someone slams an Elspeth Sun's Champion, all right, if you don't have a Hero's Downfall, you lose. They're going to pump out 3 tokens every turn. They're going to get that emblem. They're going to fly over 27 damage to your face. Nothing you can do about it. It's no longer like that. There's other options in dealing with planeswalkers. Questing Beast, right? It has Questing Beast just kills any planeswalker essentially instantly while still doing damage to the face, so you don't get that life gain. They've changed design to make it so planeswalkers can be more part of the game without being the only thing the game is about, right? That planeswalker sub game isn't the only thing going on. You can ignore planeswalkers, or you can deal with them easier. All of that happened through War of the Spark. It was a monumental set, right? So War of the Spark changed the game of the game. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that the one where they had that super dramatic trailer, right? I'm pretty sure, and they had the Linkin Park song, and it was like redone, right? It was like a slower, even more emo version of Till the End or something. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure that was War of the Spark, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. The trailer was awesome, the hype was awesome, and the set was awesome, and it's gone. I mean, the fact that you could get this thing at $80, $85, whatever your price point is, at less than a year ago, and already, less than a year later, it's already up at $120, that is a sign of good things to come in the future. I mean, that is a portent of good things. So I'm bullish on War of the Spark. I think it's going to be a great set long term. I think it's a lot of fun. It was monumental. It changed the name of the game. Obviously, it was the last set before they started doing collector's boxes like they did with Throne, and so that's a big deal too. no fancy pants, crazy, wild, different types of boxes. You just went and bought your draft booster boxes, so no cannibalization of sales with other products and things. I think this is going to be huge. There's a lot of things going for this set that are positive, that make this bullish, but the biggest thing is that less than a year later, you could already have turned a profit. I mean, that's insane. If it would be at 120 like a year from now, I'd think, oh, great. It sat flat for a year, and then it had to creep up for a year. We took out that flat year. It just went away, and instead we're at 120 after only 1 year. Crazy things. I thought y'all should be aware of it. If you think this is a good product for you, again, you can still get your price point. You can get your basis in there and your cost basis at 120. That's all before taxes, right? So keep that in mind. Again, you could probably talk to a seller, maybe negotiate if you want to buy more, see if they have more available and get your little volume discount. But I think War of the Spark is going to be great, and I can't wait to do a follow-up to see where this thing goes a year or two from now. See you next time.